Hello and hey son from Sweden. This is the very first episode of The Swedish Affair, a series of videos where I get to show you what's it like to live in Sweden. So, as this is the very first episode of this series, we should talk about Sweden. Of course, and I've prepared something for you. No, I'm not on Wikipedia. So, what are we going to talk about? Sweden is a country in the European Union. It has about 10.4 million inhabitants. Although, be careful, it is the third largest country of the European Union. So the population density in this country is very low. Not only to the fact that it is a large country with only 10.4 million inhabitants, but also the fact that 90% of those 10 millions live in the cities, which are three main cities: Stockholm, Malmö, and Gothenburg. And the rest of the country is basically trees, grass, lakes, rivers, and a bunch of moose and stuff. So it is a very interesting country to travel around and to see different parts of Europe. But let's spit some more facts about the country. The flag looks like this. They have a king, he's called Gustav, and they have also their own currency. It is called the Swedish crown, and you need about 10 Swedish crowns to get €1 for that. Alright, let's spit some history facts as well, because there was a lot going on. Right after the Vikings era, there were some monarchs. But they were trying to invade others and go crazy in the north. So there was a lot of war going on, especially with Denmark, as I can read here. Not on Wikipedia, it's all scientific literature. So basically the kings were going back and forth within Sweden, and then also trouble with Denmark, and then also the 30-year war, and then there was a huge famine in around 1860. So a lot of people died, and then they wanted the peace. And so Sweden, as it is shaped now, was introduced. Alright, let's spit some more facts, because Sweden is not only famous for ABBA, IKEA, H&M, and Avicii. So I made a quick list on things that are very, very specific in Sweden. Let's go. Alright, let's start with the Swedish fashion. So they have, you go to the store, and they have basically three colors that you can choose from. It's probably something black, then there's going to be something light blue, and then some yellow rosy-ish type of color. That's it. Nothing else. Very puristic. Yeah, I'm not sure. Next up, every Swedish house has in every window some source of light that is shining through every single night in every window. I actually don't know where they have it from, but it looks very cute, and maybe it's because they are some sort of anxious about ghosts or something. Who knows? The next fact is quite disturbing when you come from Central Europe, as I do. So a lot of public places have shared bathrooms, like male and female walking into the same bathroom, doing their stuff, and get back out. I've never seen that, and it is a first off. I'm not used to that, you know? So it is something special about Sweden. Next up, I'm in uni here. I'm doing a Erasmus Plus semester at the Högskolan Dalarna. It looks like this. I have an exam. I didn't get quite behind it, but you can, in a certain period of time, you can decide when you want to do your exam. If that makes sense. So really, really open-minded and really thinking in different ways. Let's say in different ways. Okay, then of course every Swede speaks fluent English. Please, can we have this everywhere in the world? It is so nice. You go in any store, anywhere, you call anyone. Do you speak English? Yes, of course.
Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course.
Like back in Austria, if you call someone above 50, no English. So next thing up is their culture with barbecue and barbecue places. You go anywhere in the forest. You enter the forest and any place, you have a path, and at least after 5 to 10 kilometers, there is going to be a barbecue place besides the lake. And this is something that I really enjoyed. Also in the last days, because it was really cold. Winter is cold in Sweden. And we went out, and that was this fireplace, and you just put some wood, make some fire, all good again, have a coffee. Nice. And this is what they do here as well. They get in the woods with sausage, coffee and bread, and then boom boom bam, they arrange themselves, you know. Speaking of coffee, Sweden, I think Sweden drinks like 90% of the world coffee consumption, because they have a thing called Fika, where we're gonna do this, by the way. I'm gonna take you with me on a very traditional Fika. I'm gonna show you what that is. They have coffee with Fika bröd, which is a very unhealthy piece of pastry, and they do this around 2 times a day. So the coffee consumption, I would think about that. And the last, and the last thing on my list is they have sweets like crazy. Every grocery store. When you enter, you go through all the regular departments, and then at the end you are witnessing a massive department of sweets. Sweets in every kind that you could only imagine. There is, like, the sweets department is as big as back in Austria is a whole store. Think about that. All right. So that was some facts about the Swedish country. And as I'm here already for over 1 month, I've been doing some great stuff. So 2 of my colleagues and I, we teamed up and got on a trip to the most northern place of Sweden. It was cold, nice, and a long way to drive. Herr Fahrer, wir fahren gerade los. Was erwarten Sie sich von der Reise?
Ein vollen Dieselpartikelfilter.
So geht's schon mal gut los.
Ja. Dann erwarte ich mir Essen, Trinken, dieses Studenten-Image frönen, dass wir faul sind und nichts tanzt.
Anna Maria, wir singen Anna Maria. Okay, also schwarze Vögel sind automatisch ein Zeichen für tote Rentiere auf der Straße. So this is the place we stayed in. 2 beds, sofa over there, which is the place that I slept in. Then the table, a open fireplace. Would you see that? Nice. Then we have the kitchen area and fridge. Superb view on the river, which is this white surface over there, and very traditional. Nice decorations as well. It's up, one here, the other one over there. Both of them have around 50 to 60 centimeters of depth, like the whole ice, and then there is like 2 or 3 meters of water underneath that. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is the last morning in Kiruna, the most northern place in Sweden, and it is blessing. Very good. Now we had with the car 15 hours back home. 15 hours, 1,200 kilometers. Alright, as you can see, we made it back down here. I'm still alive and fresh. And yeah, I would like to say thank you for the first episode. The next one is going to be about me tasting some really awesome Swedish food. And I can tell you, it's nothing that you have ever seen. See you next time. Bye. Finally, I did the first video. Finally.
Never go slow on a hard like a